Good Shabbos to everybody, and depending on where you are in your Pesach, a happy final day, or some of you may have already enjoyed some chametz, and we're jealous of you. But take a moment, as we always do, to, if you haven't met the people in front of you, behind you, next to you, to take a moment to introduce yourself and wish them a good Shabbos as well.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
I know Rabbi Schwartz welcomed everyone already, and we got up and greeted one another. Just one other announcement as well for Yortzites, not for Yizkor. The tradition is we read all the names for anyone who has passed away from last Pesach to this Pesach. But for Yortzeit, for anyone who has the anniversary of someone's death, happens to be this Shabbos. That's the list we ask you to check off whenever you come in. And so you always add a name to that as well. Rabbi, it's your turn to start aren't you going to start the Pesach prayers?
Begin our service in our festival prayer book section of our new prayer book on page 137. On this, the seventh day of Passover, we celebrate the escape of our people from the armies of destruction. On this day, the children of Israel's song of praise echoed at the shores of the sea. Through the generations, we have suffered and endured, but have always remembered Passover's message. O eternal our God and God of our ancestors, help us to protect the freedoms we have cherished throughout our existence as a people. Let us never enslave ourselves to anything or anyone. Create within us a realization that someday we will bring about a time when people will beat their swords into plowshares and spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, nor learn war anymore. And we continue on page 138 at the bottom as we read together for all the festivals. We give thanks for the festivals and the memories they inspire. We pray for the ability to constantly dignify our lives with faith. At this special season of our year, we resolve to consecrate our lives to seek wholeness. As our people made a pilgrimage to Jerusalem in times gone by, in order to give thanks and praise your name, so too do we make a pilgrimage of heart, mind, and soul, and give you thanks on this day.
We invite up Ms. Leah Narens to lead us in the lighting of our Shabbos candles on page 16 of our prayer books.
Let us welcome Shabbat with light and with love.
May we bring Shabbat into our hearts, into our souls,
and into our homes.
May the glow of these candles light our way in the world.
May we never feel lost or alone with our people by our side.
May the glow of these tapers bring a spirit of renewal to our lives.
May we see our world with eyes that are wise.
May the flames that we kindle inspire us with the warmth of our people and the faith they cherished.
As we bless these candles, so may we be blessed by their light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivonu להדליק נר של שבת.
Blessed are you, eternal our God, ruler of the universe, who has commanded us to kindle the light of Shabbat. May we be blessed with the joy of Shabbat. May we be blessed with the holiness of Shabbat. May we be blessed with the warmth of Shabbat. May we be blessed with Shabbat peace. Amen.
Amen.
Shabbat is to teach us that life can be filled with holiness and happiness only if we take the time to experience what the world has to offer. As we praise God for the sweetness of wine, so too do we express our appreciation for the sweetness of life, for all the blessings that life has to offer, for home, health, love, work, friendship, and especially for the chance to appreciate the gifts we have been blessed with. Do we raise the cup that has symbolized the fruit of the vine and the joy of Shabbat? Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Blessed are you, eternal our God, ruler of the universe, who has created the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen, Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava u'v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techilo lo mikrai kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshcha b'yahava u'v'ratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim. We continue our service on page 20 as we rise together for our call to worship. Baruchu et Adonai Hamvarach. Praise be our God, to whom all praise is due. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed. Praise be our God, to whom all praise is due, now and forever. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim. B'chochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono. Praised are you, our God, ruler of the world, who brings about the evening star. Your wisdom makes the dawn appear. You differentiate the times and seasons of our lives. The stars follow their courses as a sign of a divine creative force in the universe. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil ben yom uvein layla. Adonai tzavaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. You have created the day and night. Even though you cause the day to disappear and you bring on the night, you have developed a separation and distinction one from the other. We call you ruler of the universe, but you are our living God. May you create understanding among us so that we might never take nature for granted. Praised are you, our Creator, who causes night to fall. As we recite the watchword of our faith, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
You shall love the eternal your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Set these words which I command you this day upon your hearts. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand, and they shall be a symbol before your eyes. Write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I, the Eternal, am your God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I, the Eternal, am your God. These eternal words have been a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path.
Faith and choice bring understanding to the soul and sensitivity to the heart.
In all times and places, our God has been a part of our lives.
Our faith has been our rock and our help.
We witnessed God's wonders when we went free from Egypt.
When slavery's chains were broken, we witnessed it.
May those who have the faith to believe also have the wisdom to be kind.
O God, in whom we have all hope, we glorify your name now as our people have praised you
throughout history. Continue with a moment of silent meditation as we rise together on page 25 and take a moment to either follow the words in our prayer books or those of our hearts.
שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, ve'Elohei Rachel. Ha'el ha'gadol, ha'gibor v'hanora, El Elyon, gomel chasadim tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לפני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
You are holy and your name is holy, and we sing your praises every day. Praised are you, the holy God. Please be seated.
השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והמיתנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והמיתנו סוכת שלומך, לחיים ושלום, מעתה ועד עולם, מעתה ועד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים.
Let us lie down in peace, O God, and permit us to wake up in the security of knowing that we are safe and loved. Be a shield around us and keep enemies, disease, violence, homelessness, and hunger far away from those we love. Keep us safe in the shadow of your wings, for you are our protector. You show compassion and mercy when you permit us the experience of seeing the shelter of your peace. Give to your people Israel and the world a time of peace.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין אבות וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת.
Together in the middle of page 29, we read our prayers for peace. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country that it may always be a stronghold of peace and its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within its borders, health and happiness within its homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship among the inhabitants of all lands, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Blessed is the eternal God, the source of peace.
Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova, uveracha, oh, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova, uveracha. Ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 oh sim 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 shalom sim 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 shalom sim 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 shalom tova uveracha.
We continue with the service for the reading of Torah on page 164 of our prayer books. It shall come to pass in the fullness of time that the mountain of the Eternal's house shall be established as the highest mountain and raised above the hills. And all nations shall flow to it, and many people shall come and say, Come, let us go up to the mountain of the Eternal, to the house of the God of Jacob. Then we may be taught the ways of our God and walk in the path of the Almighty.
Ein kamocha va'elohim Adonai ve'ein kama'asecha malechutecha malechut kol olamim u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'dor Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai yimloch li'olam va'ed Adonai oz le'amo yitin Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom
Shema Yisrael.
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, The Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Our God is great, holy is God's name. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Lecha Adonai Hagidula v'Hagivura v'Hativeret v'Hanetzach v'Ha'od Ki chol v'shamayim u'va'aretz Ki chol v'shamayim u'va'aretz Lecha Adonai ha'mamlacha Zion, תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה לעמו ישראל. ברוך שנתן תורה ישראל מקדושתו כי מציון תצא תורה ודבר אדוני מירושלים על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים העולם עומד על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים העולם עומד על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים.
Please be seated. Our Torah portion on this, the last day of Pesach, as Passover is ending right now, just in time for our oneg, is the verses leading right up to the Song of the Sea, to our ancestors have been liberated from Egypt, from Egyptian slavery, and they're about to get through the Sea of Reeds, and it opens up, and we know the words of the Song of the Sea, Michamocha, but Cantor's going to chant to us when the Leah's right before that, as we get to it's Exodus chapter 14, beginning with verse 30, or somewhere around there, which can be found on page 481 of the Chumashim, the Blue Torah commentaries, be found in your seats. If you'd like to join with me for the blessing before Torah together. Baruch hu et Adonai hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Vayet Moshe et yado al hayam vayashov hayam lifnot boker le'etano umitzrayim nasim likrato vayenaer Adonai et mitzrayim betoch hayam וישוב המים, ויכסו את הרחם ואת הפרשים לכל חיל פרעה. הבאים אחריהם בים, לא נשאר בהם עד אחד. ובני ישראל הלכו ביבשה בתוך הים, והמים להם חומה מימינם ומשמאלם. וישוב אדוני ביום ההוא את ישראל מיד מצרים, וירא ישראל את מצרים מת על שפת הים. וירא ישראל את היד גדולה אשר עשה אדוני במצרים. וירא העם את אדוני, ויאמינו באדוני ובמשה עבדו.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
One of the commands, of course, of Pesach is the reminder of the liberation from Egyptian slavery, and specifically reading these verses, hearing these verses, telling us of how our ancestors felt as they left servitude and approached their freedom. Of course, the beginning of their creation of a community as they're wandering in the upcoming years. So we rise now together as we dress the Torah and we walk around with it now, and we reach out and touch it, mentioning the names of those we're thinking of in the midst of our prayers, and gaining strength in having Torah in the midst of our lives as a source of strength and hope has been for our people literally for thousands of years. Please rise. Mishiberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Imutenu Sarah Leah Rachel. Hu Yivarech et Cholim, merciful God, who has blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel. Send your blessings to our loved ones who are stricken with illness and anxiety, especially as friends and family we think of at this time. Alyssa Ioto, Stephen Averbach, Susan Averbach, Alyssa Bandeline, Batya Bapesha Panina, Carol Binder, Eugene Blakeman, Joel Bussell, Pat Carey, Karen Kasman, Alexis Chadwick, Barry Chernick, Bill Cooperstock, Gary Fishman, Andrew Halo, Hank Heiser, Lila Hepner, Vera Hopkins-Gordon, Ethan Kadish, Henry Leopold, Manriva Bat Raphael Vachaya, Zoe Marcus, Beth Margolin, Len Meiji, Chloe Millard, Larry Miller, Mel Miller, Sherry Minland, Deborah Mursky, Tzemach Ben Root, Craig Newman, Judy Nussbaum, Daniel Richmond, Sylvia Rosen, Laura Roth, Shmuel Ben Rachel, Noni Sinaman, Maureen Schiffman, Ernest Schoen, Sadie Emerson Schwartz, David Schulman, Sonia Sklar, Barbara Snyder, Harriet Stone, Lisa Weiner, Paul Wooden, Loretta Ziegelman, as well as the 20,095 American troops who've been injured in Iraq and Afghanistan, and all the names in our hearts. Baruch atah Naravel Chalim. Bless you, God, who gives strength to those in need.
Misheberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'emotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with raw food it, and let us say, Amen. Bless those in need of healing with Refuah Shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. It's Chaim hi, lama chazikim bo, v'tom chea meyushar, terachia darcheinu v'chol netivotea Shalom, Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'noshuva Chadish, Chadish Yameinu Chadish Yameinu
Turn to page 72 of our prayer books for our special prayers of Yizkor, of memorial, on this, the last day of Pesach. 172. So what is it? It's a new prayer book. Just learning. Esa enai leheharimi ein yavo ezri me'im Adonai oseh shamayim va'aretz. I lift my eyes to the mountains. What's the source of my help? My help comes from Adonai, maker of heaven and earth. God will not let your foot give way. Your protector will not slumber. See the protector of Israel, neither slumbers nor sleeps. God is your guardian. God is your protection at your right hand. The sun will not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. God will guard you from all harm. God will guard your soul. You're going and coming now and forever. Together, O God, this moment reminds us of our loved ones who are no longer with us. So too do we think of times we shared when we lived our lives together. Their memory shall be a blessing forever. We pause in this moment of our prayers as we dedicate these plaques to loved ones in our congregation who are no longer here, as we invite family members up to help consecrate these plaques and honor their memory. So I invite up the family of Robert Feldman. May this moment consecrate the memory of the departed, bring its message of consolation to those who love and honor them. God, comfort and sustain them that walking through the valley of the shadow of death, they may see your light. As we dedicate this memorial, we recognize it as a symbol of affection and reverence. So, Tehi Nishmato B'Tzor B'Tzor Achayim, as we dedicate this to Robert R. Feldman, may his memory always be for a blessing. I ask up for the family of Charlotte Milgram. May this plaque here represent the honor and tribute we pay and a memory that will always lead us to love and to help. With all our hearts, our souls, and with all our might, will her name always be a blessing. And so we dedicate this now for Charlotte, always to be honored, people of Israel and upon our congregation here. I invite up the family of Barbara Saperstein. God, comfort and sustain this family as we dedicate this marker here, recognizing it as a symbol of affection and reverence and gratitude for her life. And in humility, we dedicate this plaque here for Barbara A. Saperstein. May her name always be honored and revered here among her family and friends, among the community of Temple Shir Shalom. Gloria's family's here right now, correct? Okay. We see our family, those we've loved, through the eyes of memory. We remember them with prayer and bless their names. Their memory shall be a blessing forever. Though the months or years may have softened the grief, the memories are still within our hearts and souls. The links of life may be broken, but the links of love and longing will never be shattered. Their souls are part of our souls forever. In gratitude for all the gifts with which we have been blessed, the people we have loved, our friends, our teachers, the martyrs of our people, so to remember that life is a gift. We take this time to remind ourselves to dedicate our lives to the sacred faith for which they've lived, beliefs they fought for, ideas they cherished. Let them be remembered for blessing, and let us say, in the glow of the sunrise, in the golden beauty of its setting, do we think of them. In the wind when it blows cold, and the chill of winter dawn, do we think of them. In the richness of spring and the beauty of budding flowers, do we think of them. In the warmth of the summer sun and the blueness of the sea, do we think of them. When we're weary of the world in need of strength, do we think of them. When we lose our way and cry out, do we think of them. And so, God, we ask you to remember our loved ones with these prayers of Yizkor, of memorial, as we think of those who have died in this past year, from last year's Passover to this, friends, family of our congregation. Irene Al-Azam, Ted Alpert, Martin Alvin, Stanley Bass, Stuart Bass, Ethan Thomas Bean, Yuri Bankenstedt, Ruth Terabello Blackman, Lorraine Bookstein, Naomi Brewer, Sabina Brodskaya, David Brown, Estelle Brown, Robert Chatz, Edward Cohen, Buddy Cohen, David Cook, Morris Cooper, Stuart Davidson, Sheila Dersham, Howard Emmer, Allison Felk, Hillard Felk, Robert Feldman, Elise Field, Harry Friedman, Thomas Fromm, Emmanuel Gauser, Stephen Goldman, Moisha Goodman, Rana Gordon, Saul Gross, Stanley Halprin, Manny Hauer, Harry Horowitz, Erwin Hutton, Seema Ilyasova, Thelma Kahn, Paula Colt, Morton Kaplan, Elizabeth Katz, Herbert Kaufman, Dorothy Klausner, Jack Lowenberg Coblin, Bertram Kornfeld, Donald Kornspan, Rhoda Kramer, Malcolm Carepa, Jan Landsberg, Maura Levine, Linda Levy, Ethel Jean Light, Bess Lipson, Bill Lipton, Kenneth Lynn, John Mahakian, Eileen Manko, Harvey Mann, Marilyn Margolis, Berta Mitis, Arnold Michaelberg, Charlotte L. Milgram, Ken Minicati, Kat Monastruck, Irving Moroff, Judy Narens, Bennett Nathan, Ann Nest, Buddy Newman, Randy Neisnick, James O'Brien IV, Herbert Peterson, Alan Platt, David Polk, William Papascol, Gloria Portney, Mike Pressel, Mildred Prokop, Shirley Raskin, Kenneth Rosen, Rita Rosen, David Rosenthal, Marilyn Rosner, Celia Roth, Misha Sachs, Barbara Saperstein, Howard Schlafer, Melvin Siegel, Carol Lee Singer, Jean Sinkoff Goldstein, Larry Sklar, Ann Sloman, Norman Stern, Ruth Stockler, Shirley Strasburger, Amelia Weinstein, Lubina Wax, Gita Weinberger, Robert Weiner, Shirley Weingarten, Howard Weingarten, Ethel Weisblatt, Nettie Weiss, Elsie Celeste West, Robert Weiner, Harriet Wallach, Sam Zaks, Judith Zeidman, Shay Celia Ziff, Derek Zorn. Those names in mind of our family, of our friends. We rise now together, asking God to have compassion on their souls.
שוכן במרומים, המציא מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה, עם קדושים וטהורים כזוהר הרקיע, לנשמות יקירינו שהלכו לעולמם. בעל הרחמים יסתירם בסתר כנפיו לעולמים, ויצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתם. אדוני הוא נחלתם, וינוחו בשלום על משכבם, ונאמר אמן.
God, full of compassion, eternal Spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest under the wings of your presence to our loved ones who have entered eternity. Master of all that is merciful, let them find refuge in the shadow of your wings. Let their soul be bound up in the bonds of eternal life. The eternal God is their inheritance. May they rest in peace. Let us all say,
Amen.
Amen. Turn to page 178. Remain standing for the Aleinu and our concluding prayers.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא.
On page 180, we read together the 23rd Psalm. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. O God, who heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds, give comfort to those who mourn. Give them courage and strength, compassion and kindness. Restore to them a sense of life's goodness. Give them the ability to accept the mystery of life and let them soon know peace. Help them endure that which no one can understand. And let us say,
Amen.
so at this time in our prayers, think of those whose yortsites we mark on the Shabbat, those whose anniversary of passing we lovingly commemorate, friends and family of our congregation, David Beck, Rose Ellis, Elise Field, Cecilia Esther Frank, Sybil Hoffman, Rachel Kahn, David Kunzman, Ruth Moskowitz, Ben Newman, Hannah Noselis, Julie Pivosias, Arthur Pollock, Celia Roth, Jean Sandler, Henry Severin, Arthur Pollock, Iris Shui, Zolka Shimko, Marcus Simon, Samuel Simon, Stephen Simons, Sandra Sanino, and Hyman Weiner. Linking their names with all the names that we did not recite on the Shabbat, those of every faith and family, those who have no one to stand and say Kaddish for them, so do we stand together as one community, as one family. And joining the immortal words of the mourners, Kaddish is found on page 181 of our prayer books. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, bi'alma divrach chirete bi'al mich malchute. B'chayachon uvyomechon uchayedecho Beit Yisrael. Bagala uvizman kari v'imru. Yehi shmei rabba v'varach elam amei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'nadar v'nale v'nalal shemei t'gudusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata, damiram b'yama v'imru. Yehi shlomo rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. The source of peace and peace to those who mourn, comfort to those who are bereaved here and everywhere. And let us say, Amen.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Shabbos, everyone.
Shabbos, Rabbi.
It's Yizkor, and yes, it's Shabbat, and it's the end of Pesach, and so, as still is tradition, a moment of Tish before we conclude our services, where you can ask a question about anything you might want, that you might be curious about Jewish law or lore, or really anything else on this night. You know, last week all the question about what we can and can't eat for Pesach. Now everyone's like so done with that. You know, like, just give me the whiskey, it's fine. Well, that was just me saying that, sorry. No questions?
Sandy. Yeah, so Sandy's commenting on how, when she was younger, and there was somebody that was younger that was working, the challenge of understanding and seeing the difference between the way that people celebrate some of the holidays, that for some Passover is 7 days, as it's given to us in the Torah, and then for some in our community, it's 8 days, the extension of the day being outside of the land of Israel, and especially the conservative movement and the Orthodox, but some Reform as well, that will do 8 days. The idea being it took us a little bit longer to find out when that new moon was for the month of Nisan as we were beginning, and so we didn't know the start date exactly, and so we wanted to make sure that we got it, so we celebrated 2 days of it. So that was the reason why for 8 days versus 7 days on the holidays. Yeah, Michael. Why 7 for Passover? We're told to in the Torah. It says that we're supposed to celebrate this holiday for 7 days. There are a number of different places that the commandments are given of what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to have chametz in our house for these 7 days, and then that we're also supposed to tell the story and eat matzah, at least on the first night. But it says multiple times in the Torah that it's a 7-day holiday. We're not given a reason why 7. We could speculate, we can come up with different ideas, some being the idea that 7 represents a full week, and going back to the story of creation, the world was created in 7 days, and so it's emblematic of that as well, and representing it.
That's the irony is that, you know, I should ask for a show of hands, how many people, I won't ask for hands, how many people did 2 seders, 2 nights of seders? And a lot of us Reform Jews do, even though we do 7 days of Pesach, right? The Reform tradition is, the Torah says 7 days, we're doing 7 days. That's what I observe, 7 days. But what I always do, and I grew up in a Reform home, always doing 2 nights of Pesach of seders. Now, Rabbi taught me, sidebar, there's an Israel trip from Temple. We're doing an adult trip to Israel next spring, 11 months from now, March 26th through April 6th. Pesach, I think, begins April 9th next year, and so it'll be right before Pesach. So it should be a lovely trip that we're coordinating. Let me know if you're interested. I'll give you more details about it. We're just starting to get it off the ground. So family trip's going to go to Israel December of 2020 as well. So great opportunities for Israel. But in Israel, you would think they'd only do 1 night of Seder because it's Israel. You know, that's the whole idea. The extra days of a holiday were added when you lived outside of Israel.
So Rabbi said, I only have to celebrate 1 night of Passover when I'm there next year. And I said, no, actually, you still have to do 2. Because the tradition is that even if you're visiting Israel from the diaspora, if you were somebody that did 2 nights of Seders, the tradition is, if you're only there for one of the 3 pilgrimage festivals, Passover, Shavuot, and Sukkot, you still have to celebrate it as if you were in your hometown, wherever it was that you lived. However, if you're living there for the year in Israel, or you happen to be like some Jews that oftentimes will go from New York for the holidays and spend all 3 of them there, then you only have to celebrate the traditional way that Israelis celebrate, even if you live somewhere else during the year as you do that, as long as you're there for all 3 of the pilgrimage festivals.
Yes. So our trip will end a couple of days before Pesach. You'll get to come home. I am staying for the week of Passover in Israel. So if you want to stay, that's fine too. But that was the idea. So, well, listen, it's good to conclude a holiday together and to have Shabbat together and moments such as this for many of us here to remember as well and to honor our family and our friends. And it's good to be a part of a community. And holidays, the tradition was that, yes, you'd be going to the temple in Jerusalem 2,000 years ago, and in a sense, when they did the holiday, they'd take a census and they would recognize who's not there. And that would be the calling out of names. And that became the idea that we would read names on Yizkor. But I think for all of us, holidays are family time. Holidays are time when we notice who's not with us, and even more poignant. And so our tradition told us we add special prayers to make us even more aware and make that more important in our life so that we never forget. And we hold on to those memories and know that our loved ones, through our holidays and through our ritual and through our community, are still very much a part of who we are. So with that in mind, please rise for a concluding prayer. Eloheinu v'Eloheinu Avotenu v'Imotenu, our God and God of our ancestors, we thank you for all our blessings. Most of all, we thank you for moments that we have to give ourselves time to remember and to honor, to see the blessings that are a part of who we are. May God bless you. May God protect you.
May God shine upon you, and may God shine through you.
May God always be a part of who we are as individuals, as a community. And most of all, may God bless us with shalom, with peace. Amen.
Amen.
Good Shabbos, everyone. I'm sorry.